Hi, I'm Heather Roberts, and welcome back to For Book's Sake. Veronica Adams is also here with us, as well as Janine Infante Bosco, which I probably messed up that pronunciation, and we'll fix it here in a second. Guys, I cannot even tell you, this has been the hot mess express of a Friday recording session. But we're all here and we're all gonna have a good time. But yeah, so there's no rules today. We are all casual. We are we are flying by the seat of our pants. I mean, yeah, it's been wild.
We're just gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
We're gonna have
question.
I
fun.
don't follow rules very well, so this works for me.
I know. I am very familiar with that.
Yes, no, I torture Veronica's life on a daily basis.
I love it.
Who says that now?
Janine, tell me how to pronounce your name correctly because I literally don't know.
Infante.
Infante. I was close, but not right. Okay.
Yes.
Infante.
I mean, it's better than I've gotten.
That
Okay.
first
I get
A is
really,
very
really
short in Italian.
Oh, it's very hard. Some of the things I've been called in school. Even my name, my first name, people can't get right. They call me Jeannie.
What?
Jeannie.
That's not even close.
Not
That
even
is
close. Not even close. My son's best friend's father, Jeannie. How are you? Like, I just answer at this point.
Well, yeah. So, well, at least okay. So I wasn't totally off, but
No,
Well,
you were better than
we dream
most.
of Jeannie and she's here. So
I was looking for a lamp, but I don't have one.
oh no.
I have a mallet.
We need to get you a hot astronaut.
yeah, that's right. But yeah, so Veronica, why don't you tell us about Jeannie, Janine?
Yes, we dream. Yeah, Jeannie of whom we dream.
Yes.
Janine has been an 1852 media client for longer than I can count on one hand, I think.
That's right.
She's been around, what? We've been working together a really long time.
Yeah.
I don't like change. You're stuck with me.
Well, we love the privilege of getting to work with and support you, of course. Janine is a USA Today bestselling romance author of Mafia, Motorcycles, Small Town,
A little of
Legal, and oh gosh, have I covered it all? First responder romances. Like, I think that hits most of the nails on the head.
Yeah. Blue
What
collar.
she's best known for probably is her Satan's Knights series, the premier motorcycle club of New York.
And now North Carolina.
Yes, which
I just saw that.
Yeah.
So,
Did you see those pictures?
I did. So, okay, so let's catch everyone up. And one other thing that Janine does is she also runs a book signing event.
Yes, she is the fabulous hostess with the mostest for Tempted and Tantalizing.
Yes. And you just had that in North Carolina. And one of the things that she did was literally recreated the Satan's Knights like clubhouse, it looked like from the pictures, right? Like, am I crazy?
So I've been doing that since 2018.
Okay.
When the event was first in New York, I had a friend of mine opened up a bar. And it was after the first year, I called her and I was like, listen, tell me if I'm crazy or not. But like, could I use your bar and like recreate my motorcycle club? They were completely on board. Whatever I wanted to do, they had no problem. So that's how it originated. I wrote the bar, Big Nose Kate's, into my New York books. I blew up their old clubhouse and made the bar their new clubhouse. And I got them vests and we did the whole 9 yards, got buses. And then I decided that I wasn't going to do it in New York anymore. That New York had run its course. It was very good to me, but nobody wants to come to New York. And the people that do come to like the signings in the tri-state area, they never came to TNT. They would go to the big signings in Manhattan and they would travel to, Philadelphia and Boston, but they would never actually just go over the Verrazano Bridge to Staten Island. What we got were people coming from all over the country and even the world. People would come from Australia, from Canada, but like the locals in New York, they're not paying the money for the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So
But they'll come down to North Carolina.
The
yeah, come to
forgotten,
North Carolina. It's
the forgotten
crazy.
borough.
Yeah.
It really is the forgotten borough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I decided that I was going to move it to North Carolina, it was also because I started a new charter with the Satan's
Mhm.
Knights.
Yes.
And I says, well, how am I going to bring them here? Well, why are they coming here every year? Let's move things around. And it was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. It was also much more difficult. Having the bar, I didn't have to find food. The bar took care of the food.
Right.
They took care of the alcohol. Literally, all I had to do was hire the buses and show up. Right?
Right.
So now I'm like, all right, we're going to move this to North Carolina. And the bar, Maggie, she said, we're coming with you. I thought she was fucking crazy. But I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And she did. Like, she helped me find the venue, which we said, well, we want to keep it close to the look and feel of Big Nose Kate. So we started looking for a barn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Barns aren't like the barns you have. Because you're doing goats and stuff. These are like these chandeliers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're like fancy event venues.
Yes,
Right.
wedding
Yeah.
venues. But here we are, the bikers, the fake bikers, rolling on in.
With your ride or die bartender and your barmaid. I mean, Mag's like,
Yeah.
Yes. She
your
helped me.
unofficial old lady.
She is. She helped me secure the venue.
Yeah.
And then I found all the other things. But it was hell. There are so many different laws and liquor laws and licenses.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to get a deputy. I had to get a deputy to stand guard outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not used to that shit at all.
Yeah.
You're not in Staten Island anymore.
No, definitely not. So I wrote this new barn into the new series.
Mm-hmm.
And we found, I don't know, my friend Jackie went on the, parenting pages of North Carolina and found a baby photographer to help us out. She does phenomenal. And yesterday she sent me candid photos throughout the night. And it didn't hit me really while I was there or even when I came home. At one point I did turn to my best friend while we were running around. I'm like, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm bored. There's no chaos. I don't know how to function without chaos.
Well,
Things
if we know anything about you, it's that without the chaos, do you even get out of bed if there's nothing disastrous happening?
If I'm not putting out a fire, I'm useless.
She thrives on it. There's got to be at least 5 fires that she needs to extinguish.
And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with myself.
Yeah.
Right? So everything goes off. The event goes off. And then she sends me these pictures. And I remember last year, after the event was over, I got on the bus and I just burst into tears. And I texted my mother. And I says, I did it. Because I really didn't think I was going to pull it off.
Right.
Let's
preface that with last year was the first year in North Carolina. That was the year you moved the event.
Yes. So now I didn't even know what the venue looked like until Wednesday. Mm-hmm. The event was the main event was Saturday. Mm-hmm. I was in an Airbnb with my mother, my best friend, her mother, and our 4 children. 10 minutes.
God.
No. 10 minutes into the stay, the family vacation, my 2 sons broke the wall. They threw each other into the wall.
Oh my God.
Okay. So when I tell you there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes, basically my whole life was imploding.
That was your chaos. That was the chaos you needed.
Yes. So it was one thing after another, even leading up to it. So now I get on the bus and I'm like, holy fuck, we did it. We really did it. Tomorrow I knew it was going to be a piece of cake because, that part I was familiar with. I know how to run the signing. I know what needs to be done. I know how to help the authors and all of that. But this, with the sheriff, the deputy, the buses, the people, that was wild.
Yeah.
So then this year there was none of that. We were like fucking smooth sailing, right?
That's
Just
awesome though.
we had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. And then it wasn't until yesterday when I saw those pictures that it really like hit me, and I started to cry again because it's like seeing a reel play out in my head in those pictures. It's like I had this idea. Everybody said I was a nut job. We pulled it off. I says, let's make it bigger. Let's put a little bit more pressure and let's move it to another state.
Yep.
And we still did it. And it's still
Yeah.
we raised $6,000 that weekend for CAPO.
Amazing.
That's
That
amazing.
is the most we've ever raised, and I've been doing this since 2017.
Really quickly, Janine, tell the listeners about the philanthropy, about CAPO.
Okay, so CAPO is a biker organization out here locally that supports children that are facing all types of abusive situations, and also deals primarily with supporting the children and families that are battling cancer, childhood cancer.
Yeah.
So I first linked up with them at like a carnival. They had a booth and they were explaining their mission.
Yeah.
And back then they were part of a different organization, one that had, was more into the abuse aspect. And like they wanted to branch out. They wanted to not only help the children, but like the mothers that were in that situation as well.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to help children in the community it's like an epidemic. Like there was so many you just hear about all of a sudden, children getting diagnosed.
Yeah.
And they branched out. They started their own 501c, and I followed them.
Yeah.
Every year they've come to New York. They led the motorcycles, the buses. They would lead them to Big Nose Kate's, and they would come on Saturday to the main events, and they would introduce themselves to the readers and the authors, and they would tell them about their mission. Sometimes they brought, children that they helped up on the stage with them. And again, when I told them I'm moving to North Carolina with the events, not that I'm actually moving, but the event is relocating, they said, we're coming.
That's amazing.
And it is amazing because, the people that helped me put this event on every year, they didn't come. These people came. And to me, that speaks volumes. So,
a real commitment to the partnership that you've built with them.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And they also opened up a charter of their own. So CAPO stands for Child Abuse Prevention Org. And now there's a New York chapter and a North Carolina chapter.
Inspired by TNT and the Satan's Nights North Carolina series and all of your hard work moving the event.
That's so amazing.
I love that.
They actually gave me that last year. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a certificate of appreciation, and it's a little mini vest. And I'll tell you a fun fact. There's patches on the little vest that say TNT Book Club. Oh! Time, Billy, who is the president of the club, he would call it TNT Book Club. I'm like, it's TNT author event. What are you doing? We're not a book club. There's no sign of Oprah here. It's just an event.
No, it is a badass book club. You just get to read whatever you want.
Every year, though, every single year, he gets on that microphone and he's like, and Janine from TNT Book Club and all you people. And I'm like, I'm not even going to correct him anymore. No. So I made shirts and I have patches, and now we're a book club.
Now you're a book club.
Now we're a book club.
Oh my God.
That's fantastic. When did you?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Heather. No. Go, Heather.
She was just praising me.
Yeah. I was going to ask, when was your first book published? When did you first publish?
Oh, come on now. You should know that answer. We celebrated my 10-year publishing anniversary last year.
I know. I'm leading you into the question, Janine.
There's no leads into this thing. Everyone should know. So 2014, I published my book.
2014. Yeah.
The only reason why I remember that is because it was also the year my youngest son was born. Otherwise, I would have forgotten.
It's a big year in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously you write a lot of motorcycle romance, but which would be your favorite trope to write? or favorite genre, sorry, subgenre, and then favorite trope.
Well, I love the motorcycle romance, so I would say that isn't that the genre?
Yeah, that's a genre.
That's the
Yeah.
genre. I mean, I I used to like writing mafia. I don't anymore because I think it's too the mafia I know and the mafia that people read about, they're really different.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that people generate more towards the one that, is nice in the books and stuff.
Mhm.
And I don't like writing about that. Like to me, that's fake. And that's always been the situation with me. Like I've always wanted to give you a realistic. That's always been like my tagline, to give a realistic interpretation of real life things that
Yeah.
affect everyday people, and fluff it up with some romance.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say that MC romance is like my sweet spot, which is crazy because I didn't even know how it worked. Nothing about it. Nothing. Not a fucking thing.
Now you know everything.
I'm learning. I'm still learning. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
things. I focused primarily, like when I first wrote my first MC romance, which was Uncontrollable Temptations. I was very scared of getting the culture and the politics of it all really down pat. Like I didn't even watch
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy back then. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I made it more on the characters. So like I said, he has to have something wrong with him, and we have to focus everything about the book on this, right?
Yeah.
So I did. I made him bipolar, and that became such. I don't even know the right word to describe what snowballed from there, because I am a very big advocate for mental health. Like I believe that everyone should have awareness of it. And writing him, I still get messages, and it's a long time now, that they've read his book, or then they went and read his daughter's book, and they feel seen.
That's
So
awesome.
so when you like, so that was my out, but it was also like, to get away from the motorcycle romance, but it also gave me gave my writing purpose for a long time, because
Yeah.
he is in every single book that I have, and it's always a mention of what he went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do like certain tropes. I love an age gap. And I also am at the age now where I don't like writing younger people. I've always enjoyed the mature couple. Always. Most of my favorite books that I've written, the couples are in their 40s.
Nice.
Um, I don't relate anymore.
Yeah.
We're not gonna wait 3 days for a date, like to call
Yeah.
or whatever, or
We're
however
not
many
playing rules.
days.
We're not swiping left and right. Like we're
No,
just
I don't know
not.
how any of that works anymore. Like, let's no more nonsense. So I
Right.
really do enjoy even like reading. I enjoy reading a mature couple. I don't want
Mhm.
the games. I don't want to write the games. I don't want to read about them. I got my own fucking problems, So
Well,
I've
and
been there.
those are the problems you could put in books because they're more
But
relatable
don't
for
worry, they're
older.
all in
Yeah.
there. They're
Yeah.
all in there. I've aired all my dirty laundry in every series.
Well, that actually is a great segue to another question. So, of the books you've written, which one has the most Janine in it? Like which one is a mirror of your life most closely?
Most autobiographical.
Well, I think there's a little bit of every stage of whatever book I'm currently writing. There is
Yeah.
some sort of my current situation
A piece of
reflected
you
in those.
makes it into every story you
Yes,
write.
like
Yeah.
anything. It could be my
Right.
kids, locked me out of the house, and now you're locked. Now the character's locked out of the house. Like it finds a way. The chaos that's real life
Art
always finds its way into the book.
art
But
imitating life. Yeah.
Yes.
yes, a lot of it, a lot. But From the Ruins, is the most raw version of myself depicted in that book, because I had separated from my husband and I didn't tell anybody. I didn't make some grand announcements like,
Yeah.
okay, public service announcement, I'm no longer living here.
Conscious uncoupling.
Yeah, just because you people really care. So let me tell all the readers that, I also thought about, but I also felt like I was a fraud, like coming from a broken marriage,
Yeah.
writing about love. So
Right.
that was also a reason why I didn't, open up about any of that. And then I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to write it. And it was healing because I gave every part of me into Layla. I put everything I was feeling, the things that I was going through. So, and I preface that. I write a note in the beginning of the book saying to the reader, like, this is me telling you my story now.
Yeah.
It's not just about Pipe and it's not just about Layla. It's me finding a way to untie the baggage that's, chained to my back. So
Usually you're taking the reader to church, but this time you took them to therapy.
yes. Oh, I like that. Oh, maybe that's a new promo for the book.
I was gonna say
that's why you keep
Veronica around. Yeah,
yes,
Veronica around.
Veronica, come on, we're gonna go through the backlist and make all the little things.
I'll get to work on it as soon as we're done recording.
But yeah, so Veronica and Janine have been working together for countless years.
Since 2019, since I was pregnant with my son. Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. So if you ever see any, promo going out for Janine, Veronica has had her fingers on that.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
And she helps with the event too. She helps promote the event too. Everything that I need.
Gives me the instructions and tells me what she wants to focus on, and we go to work building out and getting people to share. And
yeah.
I don't know how many authors watch these podcasts and stuff because most of them are supposed to be in the cave and what have you. Maybe they listen, whatever. I'm never in the cave. I'm in whatever corner of my house I can be in. Yeah. So there's no cave. But your company has been a lifesaver to me. And I don't know if a lot of people, I think that the trends change and everyone's looking for something. You have been the most stable thing for me. And I mean, sometimes you fuck me up and you give me a new system to learn that I just ignore. Like that Boxo thing, I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm not getting on it. Just cancel my membership. I'm not there.
We have a great client portal system.
Just making things a little bit more
she's not an early adopter of these things.
Yeah, Janine's not an early adopter, but that's all right. That's all right.
No, but your company has saved me in a lot of ways. There are things that, what readers may not be completely aware of is you don't just write the book and that is the end of it for an indie author.
Right.
There is so much fucking nonsense. I mean, I spent a month planning TikToks and Veronica can tell, she can, vouch for me on this. I wasted a whole month trying to learn that fucking thing. Okay. Yeah. I sat there with a fucking script. I brushed my hair every damn day. It's to learn the goddamn, it just didn't work for me. Right. I can't do all of these things, and you guys take so much off of my plate and you also keep me on. I mean, it's very hard to keep me on track, but you also you help me out. Like you help me stay focused or you remind me of things that I need and you've helped me build my brand. So, I mean, and you're consistent. You do the homework and you find out the latest trends. And then if you think I need to learn them, you tell me. If not, you don't bother me with it. But you guys have been a lifesaver and I appreciate you. And I'm so happy that you finally invited me on your fucking podcast. Not that I'm giving you the answer or anything.
You are the first client on our podcast.
Yes.
And as you know, as I told you, Janine, we just started doing guests this year. Mm-hmm. And so we had someone from Penn America on. But you are the first client on our podcast. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I love popping cherries. And we're dead. What happened?
And we adore you, broken? Janine.
Yes. Why are they frozen? I don't know how to work this thing.
We love being there for you. And I'm definitely going to clip that. That's going to be in all of our promo forever. Did we lose Janine? Is she still here? She gave us our promo and then she froze. So
where is she?
I know. Hopefully her internet pops back on.
Yeah. Speaking of clipping.
Yes, right? Yeah, it's like, oh, I got what I needed from you. No. We love Janine.
For real.
As you can tell, if you've never been introduced to her before, she has just a vibrant personality. I mean, she is a force of nature.
Yeah.
And, her books are the same way. So
They
they're
really are.
impactful. Yeah.
And very emotional. Like that, her commitment to like writing reality into her stories is, in my opinion, almost unmatched. I don't know many authors who do it as well as she does. And I like to consider her books tissues required in almost every case.
Yeah, they're really good. And there's so many to choose from.
Yep.
So if you're a reader listening to this, you better go and run and check out.
Yes. Yeah. The OG MC series, The Satan's Nights New York, I think is like, I should know this exactly off the top of my head, and yet I don't. I think it's 13 or 14 volumes.
Look at your messages. I'm
from
here.
start to finish. And then there are 6 books right now in the North Carolina series, although books 7 and 8 are about to be hot off the presses. So she's been very prolific.
She's asking for help. Clicking the link again. This is also quintessential Janine.
Well, and like
really.
Yeah, the flying by the seat of our pants, like anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Yep.
There you are.
I don't know if you heard the tantrum that I just threw.
No,
we didn't.
No, we were talking about your books while you were melting down. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Because I threw a fucking tantrum. Like, this is why. This is why technology hates me.
I said that we got the promo snippet, and then I was done. We were done.
She got the quote she wanted from you, and she just cut the podcast.
Yeah, I cut it now, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're done?
No.
Oh. She's joking.
I was just joking. Oh my God. But yeah, we were saying very nice things with you while you were dealing with technological issues.
Yes. So. I was afraid if I left, I would fuck up your whole thing.
No. It's only if I leave that I fuck up the whole thing.
Yeah, if Heather disappears, we're screwed.
Yeah. You should definitely like screenshot my help sign.
I can throw it up there.
1,000,000%. Help.
But yeah.
And then like that 15 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly. 15 minutes later. And we're back.
Yep.
But no, it's been crazy. It's been really awesome to see you grow as a writer and to grow your brand and build it into what it is today. I mean, starting TNT and all of that, you've done so much. You have your hands in literally everything. You have a cookbook. I mean,
does.
And a really naughty coloring book.
She does. Yeah.
So I mean, you have
a cookbook. I'm actually thinking about putting out another one.
You should. I mean, you can cook.
I definitely love to cook. Love to cook. That was another thing. While I was planning my TikTok era, right? Yes. I was going to do like a recipe, but I was going to be in character. That was another thing. Like pretending I'm like Maria Bianchi making the eggplant.
Trying to find the shtick for the algorithm so TikTok can make it go viral. Yeah, of course.
I mean, I was famous on Biker Talk, not Book
Were
Talk.
You?
Biker Talk.
She really was. One of her promos went viral on Biker Talk.
They thought I was helping out the children. Like we were gonna that Robert Kelly was going to ride his motorcycle to save the child, and they want to know how to become part of the club. It's very comical.
I believe you. I mean, that's great that you went viral. Wrong audience.
Yeah, but we were looking for book sales, not moral support.
If I do cooking shows, I'll get somewhere.
It's true. There's a guy that does baked baking, so you could pull some shtick like that. I don't know, make it MC.
It's very funny. It's very nice that we're humoring me right now, but I don't have the time for this.
No, you really don't have.
I owe her 75 arcs.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm just no more crazy.
Literally before we started recording, Veronica's like, "Where's my arc?"
I did. I didn't even say good morning, Jeannie. How are you? My lovely dream, my vision. I said, "Where's my arc?"
And I just like shrunk. Like you didn't get it.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. Everything's coming, man. On a wing and a prayer, they're coming.
I feel you there. Oh my God.
Well, you know what? I think that speaks to this business, right? Like, you've got a life. You've got parents and children and a ex-spouse and extended family members and commitments and a business running the event. Writing books and publishing isn't the only thing you do. It's not the only thing on your calendar. It's part of what you do. It's
And my
part of the
son
payoff.
now like thinks that he's like, got this whole like I have to plan everything around my son plays football
Yeah.
and now I'm like planning my life around youth sports.
Right.
It's very hard. It is hard to juggle everything,
Yeah.
and kudos to the people who make it look really easy. It's not.
No, it is not easy. It's
It's
not.
not.
I don't know how people
We're
with
all just faking it at what we do and trying our best.
yeah.
It's 100% what it is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think that what one person can excel at and make look easy isn't necessarily something that someone else can. And like everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
What they're good at, what they can get accomplished. I can't focus for the life of me. The perimenopause, we had this conversation, is
Yes.
not helping.
Yep.
Speaking of mature heroines.
Yes.
I'm going to write a book about that because nobody gives you an education on that
No.
shit.
Yeah.
You got to
they
rely
don't.
on Instagram and all these other things to tell you that you're not dying, that you're just fucking aging.
Yeah. Well, you are dying, but not yeah.
Well, you're not dying immediately.
really slowly.
It's a slow death.
It's a slow death. And these are the steps to get there.
Wow, this took a dark turn, huh? If we're talking about butts,
There's
slowly
nothing
dropping
sexier
dead.
than my itchy ears in the morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Oh my God.
I bet you all the women who are watching this are going to appreciate that because no one talks about this shit.
no,
it does.
No.
absolutely not.
If I had the time, I'd give you another podcast episode where we go through all the symptoms. And I diagnose you as Dr. Janine.
Well, and Janine and I have privately had that discussion. It really is its own podcast episode for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and this is just, the stage of life that we happen to be in right now that other women have gone through before.
On a tangent on the bus ride to the barn.
The event, yeah.
Because I was sweating, right? And I went on a whole tangent. And like you thought I was like the mayor up on the stuff, the shoebox there, soapbox. Preaching gospel to these people because they were all going through it. We're all the same age.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and it's, I mean, you're going through that and, you have the multiple children, which I'm sorry, I don't know how people with more than one child do it. I don't understand that. Because, you're like, oh, they'll keep each other company. No, they don't. They fight.
Oh my God. That was exactly the plan. That's why I had two. I figured I was an only child. I am an only child. I didn't magically become one. I'm an only child. So I had nobody to hang out with when I was little. I had an imaginary friend named Jenny. Maybe that's where it comes from. Okay. But I specifically, they'll kill each other every morning. I'm like, that's why there's two of you. You're supposed to be best friends. What's happening?
Right.
They will be, but not until you're too old to appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're dead and gone.
They'll
be
become best friends in their 20s. That's how that works. But no, the one isn't. I mean, I guess I do have two children now.
You do now.
I do, but they're all.
You always have, but like the story is complicated.
It's complicated, but there's two of them now, but now they're older, right? And so now it's probably for the best that they didn't, have that relationship when they were younger. They would have fought all the time. But now they actually want to talk to each other, and they're both going to be here for Easter coming up. And I told we were telling Jesse, we're like, Zach's going to be here, and are you going to be here? And he's like, yeah, of course. I don't get to spend enough time with my brother. And I was like, see, those are the sweet moments that you're hoping for one day. You'll get there. They're just not old enough.
Well, they do have that with their older brother. So Paul, my ex, has a son from he's 23 years old. So from his first marriage, and they idolize him. They worship the ground he walks on. They hate each other, but they come together in unity to see like the Messiah. He's like the Messiah.
Right.
He's the Messiah of the family. He can do no wrong in any of our eyes.
Right.
That was another thing. I got tricked. Like I had the stepson from Gold. Okay. This kid was amazing. Like the most well-behaved kid ever. I'm like, I'm going to produce a couple more of these.
Yeah. Nope.
Complete opposites. Horns.
Putting each other through walls in the Airbnb.
Yeah. So you avoided that, Heather.
Yeah. No, I avoided that.
Airbnb fees for broken walls.
That's all right. I just had a car fee where his car, the car is broken and went into the shop, and Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
got the
no.
feel for that. So
I
yeah.
want a pause button to hold off on all of that. The other day, Joseph asks me if he could go to the city with his friends. Now, Joseph is my oldest. He's 14 years old. Preface it by saying that.
Yeah.
But my son can't tie his shoes. Like, he's not going to the fuck on a ferry to go to the fucking city with strain. Like, no, not happening.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
happening. They burned a lady on the subway the other day. You're not going. You don't know how to survive. Right? He turns to me and he goes, I'm going to be 16. I'm going to be driving soon. I went like this. How is he going to operate a car? Who's going to give him a license?
I know. I know. Oh my God, Janine, it's terrifying. When you're sitting there, I have never held on to the it's like your whole body just locks and the entire time that they are driving and you're just like Jesse for some reason kept wanting to pull left. I mean, like he wanted to be in the other lane for some fucking reason. I have no idea why. And I'm like,
My
pull
son,
right,
that's
pull right, go right. It's like he didn't want to run off the road. I don't know. But I'm like, come on, semis can drive down the road and stay in the lines. You're in this small little, come on, stay between the fucking lines. Oh my God. It is the most anxiety inducing experience of your life.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
ready for
still,
that.
I mean, he's a good driver. I still don't like driving with him.
No,
I have because of the memories.
Yeah.
Like,
I,
oh,
I, I no, I don't want them to. The older they get, like I used to think that like the baby ages were really hard. Like you didn't sleep. I don't
no.
even remember their
Yeah.
childhoods. Honestly, I don't even remember half the fucking things that I'm supposed to remember with that when they were little.
Oh.
But these years are, and I'm very sorry, Veronica, because I know you didn't get
Yeah,
there
because
yet.
mine of the three of us, I have the youngest child, so like I'm the one listening to you two going, "Oh, holy fuck."
Yeah, no, we have the age ranges. I'm the oldest, Janine's the middle, and
You're
Yeah.
gonna need these if you don't have them
yeah.
already. You're gonna need these. Okay. Everyone wants to know why I have a cigarette in my mouth. I have a teenager. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like the perimenopause aside, I feel like I aged 10 years in the
Yes.
last 4 years that my son has been, in that,
Yeah.
change from middle school to high
Yeah.
school. It's torture.
It just started, like literally Jesse just started to like develop thoughts that weren't insane. I mean, it's just like this year it's been a calming effect. And he's not a bad kid. Not that your kids are bad kid either, but like they're just dumb.
Well,
Like they're
your son's in
stupid.
college now and he's living on his
Yeah.
own in the dorms on campus. He's maturing.
He
That
adulted by himself the other day. Like
Yeah.
he had to get something for the school and they put a hold on his account because the school messed it up. But he went and he had to go to the office and he figured it out and he got the document that was required and did the whole thing. I was just there for moral support. That was beautiful. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it
I
gets
think that is
there.
the thing. You have that mature. They say boys, mature slower than girls, and
Yeah,
it's true. They
it's true.
weren't lying.
They weren't
And I
lying.
think that is the key there. At least I'm praying it is because this is so bad, so bad.
It's true. But he flipped a car about a year ago. So,
Oh my God, no! God
things,
forbid.
yeah, I know. It's terrifying, Janine, sending them off into the world and
No, but like
oh,
those chickens, you know,
yeah,
flopping their wings, can't get off the ground. That's them.
that's them.
Gotta go now. Kick in the
I
ass.
know. It's wild. Yeah, Veronica. I mean, it goes by quick. Soon he's gonna want to go off and like
Yeah, I'm not ready. We had a slumber party last night in our room. It's just my husband stayed up late playing Magic the Gathering with some of his friends online. So the
yeah,
kiddo and I went to bed early in our room and we watched tornado TikToks for 30 minutes and then he fell asleep snuggling me. And it's like, this is like the best time of my life, family.
yeah.
Like
It is.
he still loves me. He wants to do stuff with me. Like we are, we're like BFFs. Like
Right.
we
I'm
fight
gonna
about like,
cry.
I know.
we fight about like you can't have ice cream right now like that those are my problems. I'm not
Right.
worried about driving or youth sports or the schoolyard hustle or anything else like
Yeah.
it's
The schoolyard hustle.
It's so true. Oh my God. Soon it's gonna
yeah
be homework and sports and oh.
Yep.
It is, yeah, a lot.
So
But
let's go back to TNT for just a
sure.
second. Janine, now I want to talk about next year for a minute while we've
Yeah,
got Janine here. Like
absolutely.
2026, you're making plans already, right?
Yeah, author announcements start on Monday in the Facebook group because,
Awesome.
and we'll promote it other places.
Yeah.
We're keeping things the same as far as Friday is concerned, so there will
Cool.
be a night with the Knights. We may have
Another
to
chance
change
to go
our
to the party
venue
barn
though.
with the sheriff outside.
We may have to change our venue.
Okay.
Oh
Yes.
no.
So we may be back to the drawing board on that one. The jury's still out.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I missed the chaos, but I got it tenfold back. Um,
Oh.
but we're also adding Sunday. And
Okay.
we're adding Sunday to it because, here we started when things were in New York. The first year it was, simple, a little Friday night pizza party, and Saturday was the signing. Then, we added a cocktail party at night and this, that, the other thing. Here, there's none of that. And I personally enjoy that there's no after party on Saturday because that's the time I get to actually be with the people,
Right.
like the authors. Like, I sponsor a lot of the models. I co-sponsor them since I moved to North Carolina. I used to bring them all, and I used to hand them a fucking Uber Eats card and say, "See you later," because there was never time for me to ever take them out to dinner to thank them for their work
Right.
or anything that they've done. And now that little break on Saturday gives me a chance to do that and gives me a chance to hang out with the other authors and thank them for, choosing TNT. For so long, I've missed that opportunity. So we decided that we were going to, I don't know who this we is. It's me. I am
It's
the
you.
person.
It's
Okay.
you.
It just sounds better when you say you have a whole group of people behind you and you don't. You have nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
You do, but it's like unofficial. You got your volunteers, you got your friends, you've got us. But like,
You get to
you
decide.
are the person. Yeah, you are the
Yeah.
decider.
So I decided
Yes.
that Sunday, because people stayed until Monday. I stayed until Monday because I was an asshole and I booked the wrong flight, right? I could have gone home. In fact, I probably would have gotten there on, earlier. I didn't get home until Tuesday because of my fucking travel woes. But anyway,
Oh my God.
another story. But people were staying there on until Monday, and so there is a demand, I guess, for something on Sunday, and I don't want to get up early. So we're going to do like a brunch event.
Yeah.
And there'll be, food, and there'll be panels. And there's a couple of surprises that we're working on. Really cool things that, are interactive. For example, one of the ideas is for narrators to actually have a live recording of one of my audiobooks.
Oh, very cool.
Like that, like to see their process and whatnot. So I think because they do that online, like they'll, record themselves reading the book or whatever. But I think it would be really cool for other people to see that. And so the details are still working. I'm still working on the details of Sunday, but there will be a Sunday event now.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yes.
Love that.
Me too.
So if an author would like to throw their name in the hat to be involved next year or in future years, what's the best way for them to do that?
So right now we are at full capacity. We cannot well, I will be opening up.
All spots are spoken for at this point.
All spots are spoken for right now. We're waiting on a few other things to see if we can maneuver more room. But I don't have an interest form yet. I will, not an interest form, a waitlist form. I will be putting one out. But the thing with that is, and I don't know if people tell you this, but those waitlist forms are a bunch of garbage. Okay? You're going to fill out the waitlist form now, right?
Yeah.
Not remember that you filled it out.
Right.
6 months from now, an author's going to drop and want to resell her table, and they're going to go to you, they're going to email me and like, do you have a wait list? And I'm going to be like, sure, I'll reach out to the people on the wait list. They will not respond because they don't even fucking remember who I am or why I'm calling them.
Right.
Or
so, the event is in 6 months and they don't have enough time to make plans to fill that spot. Or
even when you get
they're going to a different event or something. Yeah.
Right. Even when you get those last minute dropouts, like I was lucky that, we were able to fill some spots with local authors that reached out directly to me. But like if you're dropping out 2 weeks before the event, I know me personally, I'm not making arrangements to go anywhere. I can't even get books. So I think people need to take all those things into consideration. you're better off reaching out to, if you come across something and say, oh, well, I want to attend, reach out in 6 months personally to me than filling out the wait list, because I don't even know if you're really still interested in 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that works better, but to each his own.
Yeah.
But you still will have a waitlist form.
For
I still
sure.
will have it because they'll ask for it. And then when I'm just going to,
Yeah.
and then I sound like a bitch with saying like, no, we don't have one.
Yeah.
Wait until 2027. Like I make it and we just do it. But
Well, I mean, at this point, that's the only choice, right? They need to wait till 2027. And
at this point, it appears to be that way. And,
which is
people keep
amazing
asking-
for you.
Yeah, that's
It
amazing.
is. It's wonderful. It really is humbling to see how many people want to be part of it, how many people sign up. I wish I could take everybody because I hate being the person that says no.
Yeah.
And people said no to me when I first started. People ignored me.
Yeah.
I had 5 books at a table and people walked right past me and, oh, you don't have enough books. It's very catty. As much as people want to say that it's not, it is. So I don't care if you published 1 book or if you have 70 in your backlist and all these accolades. God bless you. You still have a seat at my table as long as I have a table to put you at. If I don't have a table to put you at, then my hands are tied.
Right.
I've been asked about getting a bigger venue and stuff like that too, but it's very difficult. I know that they say the people down south are super nice and sweet, and the people up north are the real motherfuckers, right? But I've had more people hang up on me trying to plan this thing. I don't know if they hear my voice and say fuck no or what it is. Nope,
get this city slicker out of here.
We don't need any more of those down here. Right? So I don't know what it is, but the hotel that I'm working with, they were the only people that were willing to have me. I don't know if you remember, Heather, when I first met you, we were at a hotel in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Authors in the City. It was a book signing.
Authors in the City. Yep.
Yeah. I went to that hotel first because I knew that they could accommodate, that they had experience.
They had a history of doing it.
Something like that. They wanted no part at all of it.
Wow.
Yes. So finding the venue was very difficult. And then when I did find the venue, I was still flying blind with it. I didn't know what it looked like. Pictures are different than seeing it with your own eyes. So I feel that if I did find like a convention center or something like that, I'd be starting like really from scratch and not doing that from a different city.
Yeah. That makes total sense. Well, how many readers do you tend to have at these events, and how can they get tickets?
So last year we were at our max capacity with 350 readers, right? It's a small signing. It's intimate. And, if you're looking for like a major convention, like 3-day thing with these big pop-up stores, booths and whatnot, I'm not your girl.
Yeah.
I'm not your girl. I'm the girl you want to go to a family reunion with. And that's exactly what TNT is like. I'm gonna get you drunk and have a good time with you and show you some, a good time. But so they get the tickets. Tickets are gonna go on sale next month because, like I said, we're still working on things. I was all the information that you need is on Facebook, and I know a lot of people don't like Facebook, but I also post everything on the website. I update them simultaneously because then I forget. Right. So the website's tntnyc.net, and that's where you can buy your tickets and stuff like that. Like I said, we cap it at 350, and we also stagger our different ticket types into the room so that it's not like that first year that room was packed to capacity, because you also have 80 authors, you have narrators, you have all this assistants and the candlestick makers and this one and that one. So, I mean, you're looking over 500 people in the room.
Yeah.
So you have to take all of that into consideration. But tickets will go on sale next month. You could get them at the website. You can follow us on TNT Book Events, the @ TNT Book Events, on Instagram and TikTok. For more information too. And also I always tell people that are just finding out about the event, go on Instagram and look at it.
Yeah.
Look at all the things that happened through the years and see if you want to be a part of it.
Yeah. Love that. I think we should do one more question and then we will end it on this. So here's my question, Janine.
Uh-oh.
What advice what advice would you give other authors or event planners who also want to run their own event?
Don't do it for money. There's none to be found here.
She's in it for the love of the game, y'all.
Yeah. No, because I see a lot of that. Like they think, oh, I don't understand why I'm not selling this, or I'm gonna put 87 authors on a Friday and 97 authors on a month. That no one's gonna come the following year if you do that. So stop.
Right.
Stop making this your business plan. Make it about having fun. Make it a passion. This is a passion project.
Right.
It is a very stressful thing to do. And it's very time consuming, but it is very rewarding when you see people having a good time or thanking you for your time and your effort. And just to see other people interact and make friends. Like I love watching that. I love this. Like you'll see the post like a couple of days or weeks before the event, flying solo, don't know anybody, and then you'll see like 7 people message them. I'm coming by myself too, and then you see them at the bar drinking the next at the events, and you just like I did that, that, and that's nice. That's a nice feeling. So if you want to plan an event, take all that into consideration. Do it for
for the love of bringing people
and
together,
for the love of books and bringing people together. Don't do it to fill your pockets. You're not going to. You're going to be a starving artist on the street with a can.
I think that is very valid advice and something a lot of people don't think about. So,
no.
Well, thank you, Jeannie. We love you.
We love you, Jeannie.
Please don't call me Jeannie. I hate it. I don't like it. All right. No, thank you guys for having me. I love you guys. Thank you for helping me and sticking with me. And you guys should plug yourselves. Tell them. Tell all the authors. They need to get on this.
I love it. I love that. And we appreciate you so much. And until next time, this has been For Book's Sake.
Yeah.